Number 7. Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. Pilot suicide, mechanical failure, hijacking. Theories continue to multiply daily regarding Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370, which disappeared on March 8, 2014. The Boeing 777, carrying 227 passengers and 12 crew members, disappeared from radar approximately an hour after taking off from Kuala Lumpur International Airport in Malaysia. The plane, heading for Beijing, China, was declared lost by the Malaysian government 5 hours after takeoff. It was last detected at a normal cruising altitude of 35,000 feet, about 140 miles southwest of Vietnam's southernmost province. 4 days after the flight disappeared, Malaysian officials revealed evidence that the plane had turned toward the Malacca Strait, which put it on the opposite side of the Malay Peninsula, away from its scheduled route. Combined with the knowledge that the 777 changed altitude, first reaching 45,000 feet and then dropping to about 23,000 feet, and may have flown for as many as 6 hours after the last official message was received, investigators believe the catastrophic failure is a highly unlikely scenario, and the change in direction was in fact intentional. As of this writing, several countries have joined in the search, now spanning many oceans and continents, for the missing jet, but there is still no trace of the aircraft or any concrete explanation to the cause of its disappearance. Number 6. Unmarked Angola 727. On May 25, 2003, a Boeing 727-223 aircraft was stolen from the 4 de Fevereiro airport in Luanda, Angola. The former American Airlines jet was owned by the Miami-based company Aerospace Sales and Leasing, and being leased to TAG Angola Airlines at the time of its disappearance. Ben Charles Padilla, a certified flight engineer, aircraft mechanic, and private pilot, and helper John Michael Mutantu were working with Angolan mechanics to return the 727 to flight-ready status after a business deal gone bad. After Padilla and Mutantu boarded the plane, the aircraft began taxiing and maneuvering erratically, with no communication between the crew and the control tower. The 727 took off with its transponder and lights off. The jet and the 2 men have not been seen since. A frantic hunt by the FBI and CIA turned up no clues in the plane's theft, despite rumored sightings at remote airports. Number 5. Amelia Earhart Flight Disappearance. Aviation pioneer and author Amelia Earhart's disappearance is probably the most enduring and well-known in aviation history. On June 2, 1937, her Lockheed Electra disappeared during a failed attempt to circle the globe. She and navigator Fred Noonan disappeared near Howland Island in the mid-Pacific. The U.S. Navy and Coast Guard launched an extensive search, as did Earhart's husband George Putnam, but no trace of her or her aircraft were ever found. The U.S. government officially concluded that Earhart and Noonan were unable to locate Howland Island and simply ran out of gas. But as with Malaysia Flight 370, theories still persist. Some believe she was a secret agent who had crash-landed on the Japanese-occupied island and was taken prisoner. Others believe she made it back to the States, changed her name, and lived a quiet life. Number 4. B-47 Stratojet. It's bad when 3 Air Force officers and a multi-million-dollar heavy bomber are lost at sea. It's even worse when that heavy bomber is carrying 2 nuclear weapon cores, the contents of which were never recovered. In 1956, a nuclear B-47 Stratojet disappeared over the Mediterranean Sea. We still have no idea what happened to the airplane, its crew, or either of its 2 nuclear bombs. The United States government has lost only 11 nukes in its history, so-called broken arrows that do not create a risk of nuclear war. But other broken arrows went down under less mysterious circumstances, and the B-47 Stratojet's dangerous payloads have not been recovered. Number 3. Flying Tiger Line Flight 739. Flying Tiger Line Flight 739 was a Lockheed Super Constellation chartered by the U.S. military that disappeared in 1962. The airplane was en route from Guam to Clark Air Force Base in the Philippines when radio contact was lost over the Pacific Ocean. A civilian tanker in the area reportedly witnessed what appeared to be an in-flight explosion in the sky. However, no trace of Flight 739 or any of the soldiers aboard were found. Despite one of the largest U.S. Navy searches in history, conspiracy theories of sabotage emerged when it was revealed another military flight crashed in Alaska the same day. Another Flying Tiger super constellation that left from the same airport and was reportedly carrying secret military cargo. Number 2. Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 2501. On the night of June 23, 1950, Northwest Orient Flight 2501 disappeared while flying 3,500 feet over Lake Michigan. The aeroplane fell off the radar after requesting clearance to descend 2,500 feet because of turbulence. Weather reports at the time indicated that 2501 was headed towards a severe electrical storm with high velocity winds. Trawlers dispatched to the airplane's last known location found light debris, but divers were never able to find the wreckage. Despite waters in the area being only 100 to 350 feet deep, sonar was also unable to locate the plane or passengers. But in 2008, the remains of many victims were shockingly discovered in mass graves, having mysteriously been buried in secret. Number 1. U.S. Navy Flight 19. Flight 19 was a formation of 5 U.S. Navy Avenger torpedo bombers that vanished over the Bermuda Triangle in 1945. The aircraft were on a training mission when they became disoriented after completing their last bombing run near the Bahamas. As night rolled around and the weather deteriorated, radio contact with the Avengers became difficult and intermittent. Before contact with Flight 19 was totally lost, the lead pilot managed to radio that both of his compasses were out, and a final transmission was heard saying, "The sky is all wrong here," followed by the call sign FT, FT, FT. A U.S. Navy Catalina seaplane dispatched in a search effort also vanished, where some ships reportedly have seen an explosion. An oil slick believed to be from the Catalina was located, but no evidence of the missing Avengers were ever found. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please let me know by clicking the like button. Do share, write a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so you can catch up on my next video.